Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Friday night session. I'm just coming back on. I have just uh, three donations that I did not complete in this evening session. So I'm coming back on just to complete those. You notice there's not a chat because I'm not taking any new questions. This is just completing those. I will be back, though, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, as well as Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you'd like to join me then for readings. Um, and this one is just for Supernova. You gave me three donations as I was finishing up. So we're coming back on to give you those answers. So this is just for Supernova. And then that'll be it. All right. So, Supernova, thank you for all your multiple donations. And your first question, you said you were supposed to perform today and you got an interview, but you blew it and you didn't end up going. And now you're sad and disappointed in yourself for it. Not sure if you'll ever get that opportunity again. All right. Well, let's take a look here. What do you need to know right now? All right. Let's take a look here and find out what do you need to know right now. So we got those two and those two. Those are related. Got two and two again, though. All right. And like you got the werewolf, the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is a movement from old ways of thinking, new ways of thinking. There is movement and change here. And I like the full moon. You've got the werewolf coming in who, does go through a transformation and a change. And I feel like it's important for you to know here just to be gentle with yourself. You're learning to control your when you grow your fangs and you get hairy. It's just funny. But so you're learning how to control things, how to transform things, and you are going through a transformation. And the werewolf, I think even in the book when I was reading with these different cards, they're little stories because they are storyteller, which is perfect for you, storyteller tarot. And how a werewolf, when they first turn, they feel out of control. And in some movies and stuff, how like when they're first turning into a werewolf, they can't control themselves, they hurt people and they're like, oh no, and they feel bad. And it's like, just cut yourself some slack and be gentle with yourself, I feel, with this werewolf card, because it's like it's a full moon, you couldn't help yourself, right? And um and there is movement, and you can trust that whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. If whatever happened, whatever came up that kept you from going, just learn and grow from it because it was an experience, and you will transform through that. Let's see what happens. You got two cards, and then four cards that are split off into two cards. Let's see what these are about here. Yeah, yeah. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which tells us everything unfolds in our life on purpose for a purpose. Eventually, we can see why, our humans sometimes are like, why, how is this for me? But you'll eventually see how it's for you. And you got the World card, which is an ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, ending of old habits and things too. So I feel like you'll see that whatever kept you from going and whatever's happening, that you'll realize this later. It's going to be something that you will be able to look back on and go, well, I don't want to repeat that, so I'm going to change things. And it will. And again, the Wheel of Fortune says whatever unfolds is for you, and you'll eventually see that too. That's funny. You got the werewolf, and then you also have the vampire, which is the knight, not the knight, but the king of swords, the king of spikes. And you also have the nine of spikes, which is the nine of swords, which is fear. you're really understanding and you're growing and understanding yourself more. There's a lot of clarity that comes in with this card. And so you really are seeing yourself from a different perspective. You will. You're going to understand your fears and how this, you know, the fear of failure, the fear of not being enough, all these lovely fears that we all get to experience. Like you said, even with the Six of Swords, is movement from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So it's not a wasted moment. Every moment we learn and we grow, we experience through it all. So, um, you will be able to reflect on whatever has happened and understand yourself more with this too. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So you have Cancer sign energy with the Four of Scepters, the Four of Wands. So there is joy and celebration to come. Six of Coins, this feeling of abundance in the outside world, this flowing type of energy. But it is about, taking care of yourself, the Cancer sign energy, Mother, Luna, Moon energy, caring for yourself. And it's joy, celebration, gatherings. The Four of Scepters, the Four Wands is about kind of a place, uh, a gathering of sorts. So that you were going to perform. I feel like you will be, you know, given this opportunity to have it again. Now, the Six of Coins, we've talked about the Six of Pentacles before, and I've shared the link with you about, the out of balance giving and receiving, how our inner child has these developed thoughts that I have to do so much before I deserve so little. So there is a little bit of, realizing that's held you back is like, well, I don't deserve this. Maybe subconsciously. You might even have thought it consciously, but subconsciously. And there's this transformation that can happen as you're looking at those things, and they are referring that to you here. Let's see what these others are here too. Yeah. Emotional stability. You're working on the emotional stability and the justice card balancing, the capital T truce from the small T truce. So you are learning this balance. You are learning this, you know, um, self love. And even with the page of hearts here, you've got this, you know, uh, heightened self-love and this focus on self-love, and that these things happen to because they don't define you. This, whether you performed or not, doesn't change who you are. You just didn't get to express yourself in that moment, but you are expressing yourself every second. You just didn't get to do it the way you thought you wanted to in that moment, and that's all right. But you're learning about who you are and how you define yourself. You even got the Leo energy on the bottom. So here's your destiny of, Leo energy. You are born to be seen. So you will be seen, just not yet. And that's all right. But that it will come forward, and you will, have those experiences that will, come forward. So let me put those cards back in here, and we'll give you your, also your Akashic fortune cookie that comes with that. All right. Sorry. Gotta put them all in a different place. So let's see, what else do they want you to know here? All right. Yeah, it's funny. I knew I chose this shirt for a reason. Let it go, because let it go. When I was choosing what shirt I was wearing today, I'm like, you know what? It's going to be a reason why I wear this shirt. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can fully be present in your life. I'm sorry, you can't be fully present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. I feel like that's reiterating about letting go some past emotional things that you're learning to let go of. That brings in the emotional stability, but you beating yourself up about all this, I feel like, is the big message of let it go. Let it go. Be gentle with yourself. Relax, relax. All right. So that's number one. So thank you for that donation. And then your number two one, you want to know, why are you struggling so much with self care and making choices that aren't healthy? Why am I like this? You're human. All right. Next question. Let's take a look here. But it truly is, every human, every single one of us as children, we're taught so many contradictory things in our emotional inner child from 7 years old and younger, so much more from 7 to 14 in our mental body, and then our physical body after that. We have so much rules of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's. They're all contradictory. We can't ever do it. It's design of this human experience that there's this bar that's set so high we can never, ever, ever reach it. Probably never, ever. But if ever, for a split second, not consistently, we always. And so when we have this high bar up here, and this is all we're able to, you know, perform and give consistently, we live in this world feeling we're lacking and falling short. When we get rid of all these preconceived ideas of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be, and we're down here, then when we're up here, we live this life of abundance instead of this life of falling short and disappointment and, I'm making horrible choices. No, every moment we make a choice. There's no right or wrong. That's a human construct. Judgment, contrast, punishment, praise and punishment. That's what we're taught growing up. But from a spirit standpoint, there's only different choices with different experiences. There's no right or wrong. There's just lower vibrational experiences rooted in fear that feel weird and uncomfortable and blah. And then there's higher vibrational choices with higher vibrational experiences, which feel like gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and woo, right? But we come down here to experience it all, like we talk about with the tapestry, right? There's always this you know, lower vibration experiences that we come down here so that we can understand more about who we really are, right? So let's take a look here. What else do they want you to know about why you're struggling with self care and make choices? And you're learning and you're growing, like we're just talking about, to be gentle with yourself. You're a young werewolf. You're learning to, embody who you are and understand yourself, more more clearly, right? The bottom of the deck, you do have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Coins, which has to do about beliefs that, are beliefs of lack, right? Of being abandoned, not being good enough, being left behind and not being worthy. And all this comes from our earlier childhood, that we're all taught. Unless you're, you know, an orphaned baby that's given to a Buddhist monastery when you're, just a baby, you're probably going to grow up feeling less than and have a low self-esteem across the world usually. Um, and it's because of the belief systems we out there. Again, that bar that's set so high, we always fall short. So we feel like we're always lacking. That's where that Six of Pentacles about, and as we do therapy and as we, get into questioning these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets where we feel we have to do so much to deserve so little, so much of that's in our subconscious that can be transformed. And once we realize that and transform it, then we see things from a different perspective. We see things more clearly. But it's those beliefs below the surface of lack and not being good enough that, kind of are like wearing a big backpack full of rocks and trying to go uphill and go, why is it so hard to walk uphill? Well, we got all this baggage that we're carrying with us that we're slowly taking out a pebble and a rock at a time when we could just take off the entire backpack, right? but you're releasing things. And so having patience with that, right? Yeah. And you are. Here's that emotional stability again coming in with the Four of Cups that we had, and the Wisdom King, the Hierophant. Your higher self is showing you the capital T truth of who you really are. And sometimes just taking a big deep breath and going, I remember who I really am. And doing that 3 times, just a deep breath. I remember who I really am. I remember who I really am. And that allows us to see from a higher standpoint. I'm this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And this character I'm playing is just a character, but I remember who I really am, right? Yeah, and here again, the Three of Spikes, the Three of Swords, all those expectations equaling disappointment and where we feel like we're falling short. And the moon is there's a lot of emotional energy in our subconscious below the surface. So that is about bringing the hidden stuff below and bringing it forward, right? So definitely therapy and any kind of shadow work that we're able to stand in our strength and bring this old lies from our past forward and going, okay, I see why this is triggering me. And this is not true. This is false. This is not who I am. Right. And so we have that. Yeah. The Two of Coins, balance, bringing balance in your outside world here. The rooster in the Chinese zodiac. So there is this, transformative energy that comes in here and learning balance, and that's what you're coming from way out of balance from your childhood and earlier life, and you're learning balance, and you're not there yet. If you had it at 19, we'd be like, how dare you. Takes us so long to do that. So cut yourself some slack. Know that you're balancing it. Have patience with yourself. Continue to take actions. Like we talked about, contact your counselor and see if they can meet more often than once a month. And if not, get someone else. Find somewhere else where you can get um, more um, time, more time and more often so that you can um, balance more quickly and get this stuff off, right? Or if there's some sort of um, rehab or something that we can get into where it's you know an intensive, where it's you're away from everything and you're meeting and you have all that time and all that attention that's needed right now. Do what you need to do to balance, right? Yeah. And you have a difficult road. You're like, duh. Spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. So, realizing sometimes that this difficult road that you've had is on purpose for a purpose. It's not by accident, it's not punishment. It's not, you're not on an out of control drama train about to leap off the tracks and explode. But every step is happening on purpose. And you knew when you came down here, this is possibilities of these paths. But knowing that, just persevere, just another moment at a time, knowing that what you're going through is going to allow you to help others that are also going through and will go through similar difficult roads. And you'll be able to share again through music, through your words, through your life, to help people overcome their stuff too. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for number 2 for you. And then number 3, thank you again for your multiple donations. What else do you need to know right now? All right. So I feel like we're moving to, we got Oracle, of course. And where am I being drawn to here? Okay. I feel like here. Yep. And then, okay, and then those two. So you get three oracle. This one is the Law of Positivism Healing Oracle. So let's see. What do they want from here? Okay. I listen to the voice of my body and it tells me, sorry, it lets me know exactly what I need. So listening to your body, your body tells you, right? So your body is your soul's loyal friend and helps you experience life in this embodiment. It is the physical manifestation of your soul and of life. And to be in partnership with your body, you need to listen to it with unconditional patience and love. Are you in tune with your body's messages and signals? Are you hearing what it tells you? Or are you numbing the body and discarding what it is trying to say? A considerable part of our soul's journey is to experience physical embodiment and to constantly remember why we chose this body. Your body holds the stories of your ancestors and the earth. It is an intricate and complex system that is truly divine and miraculous. Now is the time to understand your body's sacredness and be in communion with it. The body speaks to us in subtle ways until things have gone too far and we haven't been listening. Then the body speaks to us loud and clear through imbalances that ask us to stop and contemplate what needs to be changed. Now is the time to listen and to merge with this physical experience. Now, there's three grounding practices to listen deeper. The first one is take time to be still, whether in nature, your home, the bath, or wherever you feel most comfortable. Two, still your mind and attune to your body by sensing each part. Start at the top of your head and work down to your feet. And number three, if your body is giving you any physical signs and symptoms, ask what it needs to come back into balance. And the symbols on here, we've got uh, ha 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 is HAW ramen, ha ramen, Kurdistan, the spirit of the mountains. The bear is the grounding and physical healing. The moon is nurturing, and the pink rose is unconditional love. It's a lot of the same visuals that we had from your previous reading, right? And then we have the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. Yeah. Listen. Again, listening to your body, right? Listen to spirit. Let's see, these are little short passages. So let me read this one to you. How do you effectively reflect on what someone is saying to you? How can you make sure you are hearing their heart through their words? One way is to actively listen. This is the art of concentrating on the words being spoken. We have to make a conscious effort to engage on all levels. When we're actively listening, we're offering a gift of self. And here, two creatures visit by the water's edge. One is sharing how they feel about this spot and its importance to them. And the listener, who holds their heart in their hands, is being fully present for this reflective conversation. They're fully aware of this significant moment. And then a hummingbird hovers overhead. It's been attracted to the energy of this heartfelt exchange. Perhaps a good thing to examine right now is who listens to you in this way? To whom do you offer this present of being present? And when you need someone to truly hear what you are saying, make sure you are that authentic listener for them as well. I feel like this is about your, seeking counsel so that someone, because you need someone that will listen and hold this space for you because you haven't had that before. And that's why it's important to get that counseling and to get that individual. And then from the same author, they have another deck called Into the Lonely Woods. And this will be your final message. There is one who watches over you. Who? Who? Them. Card 44, power number 44. The one who watches over you is compassionate and sage. They often come to you in subtle ways, in the wise shape of a tree, in the luster of sunlit clouds, in the song of water running over rocks. To know you have this guardian is to understand that while although there is loneliness, you are never alone. This watcher is linked to the path of your soul from your first breath to your last, and they will be with you in the great in between of your lifetimes. The one who watches over you knows the sacred quest of your soul. And when it feels like you've lost your way, they will remind you of your purpose. Wonder who that is. Could it be Kurt? Yes, it is. So they are watching over you. And you're not ever, ever alone. So those are your messages. Wait, did we do an Akashic? I don't think we did an Akashic. So we'll end with your final Akashic Truth card here. Yeah, grounding. And it says, you're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. So, again, confirmation about connecting with your body and knowing you are never, ever alone. All right. So those are your messages. Thank you again for your multiple donations, Supernova. And for everyone else, I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And then also on Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So thank you guys so much for all your love and all your support. And remember, every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.